Hello everyone, it's your favorite English instructor turned distance education coordinator who was just laid off in March of 2026. Every day you see companies laying off thousands of people, so I'm actually in good company, right? Which is bittersweet. But one thing I started to do was to write about my experiences and lesson learned on LinkedIn. So the audio that you're listening to now is the audio version of that written series on LinkedIn. State jobs, you would think, would be more permanent. A lot of the times people are able to retire from state jobs. I was working a state job as a state distance education coordinator for adult education, but an entire department got furloughed and never brought back. One that was related to adult education that we worked with a lot. Then other departments started cutting by 5, 10, 15 people. The training and development department got cut by half. And then came me. There was actually a news story, not just me, but dozens. That's what the news story said. Dozens of employees from this state office have gotten laid off. And that included me as well. So layoff has nothing to do with your abilities. The number of years you have spent in a place, unfortunately, do not matter. Anyone can be subject to it, especially in this chaotic economic and employment climate. So I'm doing this series, the audio version, to encourage you. If you are one of thousands and thousands and now millions who are having to regroup, rethink your career choices, think about what you're going to do for a job right now, how you're going to keep money flowing, then you are not alone. I wanted to say that as a preface to this next installment from Lay It Off to Leveling Up, number 104. 50 plus, the unexpected career transition. Starting over at 50 or over is not a failure, but it can surely feel like it. There's a particular kind of silence that comes with unexpected job loss later in your career. No farewell party, no retirement party, no card. Sometimes it's just an email, a division cut, a permanent furlough, a role that simply no longer exists. And just like that, a job you thought would carry you to retirement is gone. I remember a colleague, she was 57, who said often how much she loved her job. This will be my last role. I'm going to retire out of this job, she would say. But in today's economy, stability is not guaranteed. What stayed with me most was something else she said. I'm not going back to school. I'll never get a doctorate. I'm too old for that. Considering all that is happening in the world, no one can afford to be this inflexible and absolute about their future. Because I have no immediate plans for retirement, my response to other departments' job cuts was different. I subconsciously began to prepare for a job loss before it became reality. Even while working full-time, I continued learning, building new skills, pursuing advanced education, and staying connected to how my field was evolving. Not because I was expecting a layoff, but because I understood something many professionals realized too late. Although years of steady employment can make a role feel permanent enough to dismiss any need to prepare for change before retirement, true career security requires ongoing preparation for a potential loss. If you're starting over after 10, 15, or even 20 or more years in one job, the challenge isn't just professional, it's psychological. If you are of a particular age, you may be wondering, do I still have value? Who am I without my job or without my title? Can I compete in today's marketplace? Where do I even begin? Where do I fit? These questions are real. But here's the key to the shift you need to reframe your situation. You are not outdated. You are experienced. Instead of reinvention, you need to reposition yourself in your current industry. For example, my last job was in the field of adult education, focusing on distance learning. Well, now AI is the hot topic within education. With my experience implementing statewide distance learning programs, it's easy for me to transfer that knowledge and skill to AI readiness assessment and integration. With all my credentials and experience, I can position myself as an AI consultant for education leaders, which is what I'm currently working toward. This is what I mean by repositioning. Likewise, here are some action items you can take to reposition yourself to meet the current demands of your industry. Translate your experience into today's language, such as results, outcomes, impact. Update your resume and LinkedIn profile with measurable contributions. Identify and master 1 or 2 high-impact skills like project management or AI prompt writing. Validate your professional skills by taking certification courses. Stay visible, engage, connect, and share your insights on social media. Remember, people will Google you and expect to see appropriate content about you. So the way no credit profile can hinder your attempts to buy a house, not having a social presence can hinder your job search. Remember, there is still space for you here in the job market, but the way you show up may need to evolve. Let me offer a suggestion for refreshing your skills with short professional development courses while employed or resetting for your next opportunity. Yes, this is a shameless plug for my business, Write-Well University. You want to check out my courses under Business Writing Express Academy. They are affordable and they are exactly the sort of writing and communication skills you need to add to your credentials for your next opportunity. When your experience is strong and your communication skills are sharp, you don't just compete, you stand out, and I can definitely help you do that at writewelluniversity.com. Unfortunately, change is inevitable. Life does not care about your age or the soul energy you expended in that job. So remain flexible in mind, body, and spirit to successfully prepare or recover from an unexpected career transition. Thank you so much for listening. Again, visit me at www.writewelluniversity.com.